G'day, 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 everybody. I'm your host today, Mitch. You can call me Taz, and today we have something very special. Today we'll be flying Scareasia, and it'd be a bit better if I changed upstairs from W Whiskey Mike Kilo Papa, also known as Penang, to Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo, which, as we all know, is Kuala Lumpur. Today we'll be AXM 6125, and it's bound to be a good one. Flying an absolutely gorgeous A321neo, an aircraft I've actually flown in person because 9 Mike Victor Alpha Bravo used to fly the Singapore legs. Today starting at Penang with a great freeway scenery. I mean, look at the quality of this. I mean, you can't fault it at all. Today we'll be on Vatsim, and initially it should be pretty okay. If I look at tower right now on Vatsim radar, it appears that it's not too busy today, but that's mostly down to it being around 2:33 in Malaysia right now. Okay, so sorry everyone, I'm just doing my final checks. Oof. Indonesia has got radar. Oh, that's not bad. And there's a Cathay guy flying from Sydney to Hong Kong in an A340-600. Always interesting. Actually, I think that's one of the best things with Vatsim is simply seeing all the aircraft that are available in the sim, or over the many sims, and seeing them be used. And if we look at Hong Kong's got 13 departures right now, which is a bit insane. Anyway, let's get into our aircraft. So, today, AXM 6125, and it should be a good one. So, our first leg today is down to Kuala Lumpur, and then from Kuala Lumpur, we'll be flying up to Langkawi, which, if we look this way, about 70 miles north of this. So, let's come into the cockpit. First get our batteries on. And get ready for this. I really love the sound pack, as you might be able to tell. All the fans coming on. And we're going to go nav. Wait for the battery light to go off. Nav. And lastly, nav. Perfect. Now, because we're in the aircraft, seatbelt and no smoking signs coming on, nav lights coming on, and emergency lights can be armed. As you can see, our panels look a bit different, and that's simply down to installing a mod just to change the colours around for them, which is another great thing with the Toliss, is how modelable it is. But actually, I think it's a saving grace knowing how Toliss left this aircraft. Got our wing views here today. I mean, it's an atypical A321neo. It's going to sound great. It's going to have that whine that you find on those neo engines. But it is all good. I'm going to get Vatsim sorted. So I'm going to load up my X-Pilot right now. And I'll just connect as XM 6125. Yep, that is correct. 6125, and our type is A321. Perfect. And we'll connect to Vatsim, and everything is all good. Nice. So, today we're carrying 188 people. So let's come over to our ICSS screen. Loading information, 188 people. Which is a shame because knowing AirAsia, they'll be pretty heartbroken seeing as they like to jam these bloody aircraft full. But in fairness, the last time I flew 9 Mike Victor Alpha Bravo, which was over 4 years ago, she was actually pretty empty, I will say. Now let's check our SimBrief profile, because it's also got our weights on it. And we'll be carrying 4.7 tons of cargo. And there we go. We only need, for this leg, because it's only a relatively short leg, about an hour and 10 minutes block to block, so about 50 minutes air time. We only need 5 tons, or 4.8 tons of fuel. I'm going to put in 5 tons regardless. Cost index today is 47, and our initial altitude is going to be 250. So, supply these loads, and fuel is set. Perfect. Let's come over to our FMS, which is now available. Obviously nothing there because we have to go to our init page. So we're going to go Whiskey Mike Kilo Papa to Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo. Yep, that is what we're looking for. And we'll initialize the ILS and I'll align it on IRF. Correct. Our flight number today is AXM6125. Cost index is 47, and we'll be flying up to 250. Moving on to our initial init page. Let's come over to our weight and balances here. ZFW is 73, so 73.1 is what I'll put in. And a block fuel is 5 tons. Something I do notice really frequently is with the SimBrief profile is the fuel load that they put in the aircraft is always relatively low. So I always take about 200 to 300 kilos on top. Check here, 1.9 extra time, 1.2 final time. I've already looked at the weather in Kuala Lumpur and it's already looking good. Okay, so now that that's all set up, let's come down here. Don't need our multi-scan or weather radar on yet. What we're going to do is the master switch for the APU is going to come on. And we're going to bring on all of our fuel pumps for when they are actually needed. Also, a massive thank you to all of you. We've just hit 215 subscribers, so we're a quarter of the way there. No, my gosh, my brain is not working. We're almost a fifth of the way there to the next milestone, that being 300. Okie doke. So let's come over to our transponder. And we're going to just transpond 4014 today. I mean, how gorgeous is this aircraft? Is that the beacon light going off? No. Okay. So, let's come back in here. Got 4 minutes until the RS is aligned, so obviously we can't move until then. What we can do is get... This is something that does annoy me with this aircraft, is it starts with all the lights on. Why? Okay. Standby CRS 128.5. That is correct. Let's come over here. 122.8 is put in. Yep. And let's do Smash off. Mode selects off. Landing gear lever is down. Wipers are off. Battery 1 and 2 were off. They are now on. Voltage is above 25.5. That is correct. Okay, no problems. Let's go to cockpit preparation. All white lights are off. Correct. So ground control is on. CVR test. I'll be completely honest, I forgot where that bloody is. Actually, that's right here. Let's say that's correct. Back press captain switch is as required. 0 mode 1, 2, 3. They're all on nav. That's checked. Serial lights are on as required. Seatbelts are on, so no smoking is auto. Emergency exits lights are armed. Cabin pressure, landing elevation is on auto. It is. Pack flow is required. ECAM electrical page is on call. Off then on. Yep. These are all done. Standby instruments checked. Clock. Well, you got one clock there and you got one on the screen. Clock is working as needed. And skid and nose wheel steering is on. Maintenance panels, all lights are out, as we can see there. Switching panel is normal, I know that. Thrust levers are idle. Engine 1 and 2 masters checked and off. Engine mode selector is off. Park brake is on. Gravity gear exit is checked and stowed, yes. Transponder is on standby, yes. And all of these are done. Awesome. Okay, 1 minute ago, so we'll get our before preparation start checklist done. These are all checked. Yes, IRS is not aligned, but it will be soon. And field elevation. Oh no. Okay, that's a problem. 1009. And it's on the standby as well. Perfect. Takeoff data is not computed, not checked yet, but that's simply because we have not planned our departure. So today we're departing runway 22. So let's get this. Departure runway 22. And we'll insert. And then after takeoff we go direct to Aikido. OTCO. So runway 22, let's compute this. Flex 73 today, flaps 1, as is always required. THS 0.3, radars 229, perfect. Yeah, and we're doing flex today. No need to go to sorry for that. No need to go to Toga today. I mean, you can always do a Toga takeoff, that's always fun. Okay. RSs are aligned. Let's get that APU started. Let's come up here. Bit of pushback, let's plan this out. So obviously this is runway 04, so we're going to the other end.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Will do. Come to Flywheeler, if I can find it. So ground menu, and these are all going to come off. Stairs being removed, and we'll get APU bleed on. APU is available, bleed air pressure is coming on, above 32 psi, and there you go, you can hear the packs coming on. And she is loud. I don't know why the nose wheel's that way. Well, that's not good. Regardless, ground can fix that. Anyway, let's put the transponder on. And we're going to call out. Penang ground, AirAsia 6125 is pushing back, stand Bravo 3. Okay, let's come up. I'm gonna push back. Let's start pushing.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
constraint mode's coming on, and initial is 5,000.
Some doors are still open, or the GPU or the ASU are still connected.
That is correct,
I'm waiting for
because
all of them closed and disconnected.
I need to
I will proceed.
start remembering to remove this. And I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so here you go. It's right here.
Okay, all doors and hatches are
Center
closed.
power
Ready
and
to
chocks
connect.
are coming off. I like how you can hear the tuk, which is the pin going in to stop the nose wheel from turning.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Park and brake coming off. Park and brake release.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Bit of weather up north, so we have to keep that in mind for when we go to Langkawi. So yeah, we'll be facing north today. And now that we're moving back, mission start coming on, and engine 2 will be started first. N2 rising, perfect. Fuel pumps are inside on, yes. Engine start, engine 2 start is announced, and engine master is on. Oh. Hell yeah. There you go, you can hear the P2U opening, so you're going to hear the dog very soon. Come to the front, it's idle, available, working perfect, and number 1's coming on. Scan GCS, System 1, and Predictive Wind Shear coming open. Yeah! The infamous Airbus dog. Coming to Avatab, great performance, but that's
Operation
as
complete.
Toliss.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Negative. Need airport and airport info. Departures. So let's come down here. We're going to go to our perf page. Flaps 1. Disconnect. Yep. With a THS of 0.3. Correction. It's uniform Papa. 0.3.
So it's disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
The engines. no longer need the APU. APU can come off now. Beacon's coming on. We'll insert our uplink now. And our flex temperature will be 73. Perfect. So 149 is a V1 and 153 is our takeoff speed. There. Checked. Now it's checked. Perfect. I'll start. It's normal. APU bleed is now off. Off. Yep. Ground spoilers armed. Rotor trim is 0. Flaps 1 coming down. Set. The trim will hit the takeoff config, as is always normal with this aircraft. I don't know why the 321 Neos, the trim never automatically sets. And auto brake will come to max. Yep. Set. ECAM status is checked. Anti-ice not required. Anti-ice not required. APU master is off. ECAM door all slides are armed and checked. Those will be checked. Those disconnect, and we are. Yep. Nose wheel steering is working, and we're clear to now disconnect. Perfect. Taxi clearance in a memento pour for vol. Penang traffic. G'day, this is AirAsia 6125. Taxiing via Hotel Alpha, holding short Alpha for runway 22. Taxi clearance is obtained. Nose light. Taxi. Yep. Park brake is off. Elapsed time is on run. Thrust levers not needed. Brakes are checked. Actually, they will be when we start moving, so. Flight controls will actually come down here. And trucks. Excuse me. Okay, so fuel is 4.9 tons right now. Flight controls. Left. Right. Down. Up, right or left, right or right. Perfect. Flight controls are checked. We have clearance. Takeoff data. V1 149. Takeoff 153. CTU altitude. Yep. Initial 5000. Heading not required. Weather radar is on. Predicted winds shear is on. TCAS code is on. Terrain on ND. It's on. Auto brake set to max. Takeoff config. It's tested. Memo, there's no blow. And cabin report is set. Okay, we're ready to taxi. As we said, we'll be taxied via hotel and then Alpha. Get the landing lights out, not on yet. Cabin's ready, that's good. Flight directors are on. Brake temperatures are okay. And we will have takeoff clearance as soon as we get onto the runway. So, takeoff clearance is obtained, and the approach path, we know where we're going. Cabin crew is advised. The engine mode selector is as required, it's on norm, and TCAS is on TA right now. Packs 1 and 2 are on. Center lights not set. Sliding table is stowed here. Wish Malaysia was a bit more lively right now, but oh well, it's only 2:35. These guys are still at work. Scam, Snacks posting a photo of a Singapore Airlines A3. Oh, Concord. Jeez, that's nice. They are doing a bit of flying in the Middle East soon. I'm thinking maybe classic 747, as is always gorgeous to fly. Bit of Iran Air action. That might be the hint to where we might be flying soon. And maybe a bit of domestic in Australia, maybe in the top east. We'll see. Now that we're facing the runway, it's coming on, strobe's coming on, nose light is takeoff. Penang traffic, AirAsia 6125, taking runway 22. Get the chronos on. Sonar lights are set. We'll be taking off. Chronos is set. And FMA is announced, yes. Checked. Thrust set. Be great if we could go on center line. Okay. Bring up to 50. Stable. Man, flex SRS blue. Taking. Hundred knots. B1, rotate. Lower that nose down a bit. Gear is up. SWAT is disarmed. $1,500 climb thrust activated. And Penang traffic, AirAsia 6125, passing 2000, clear runway 22. Scan our speed now. Now we can climb to 10,000. 200, flaps coming up. Flaps are up. And autopilot 1 coming on. The Neos have this really interesting whine to them, which is really interesting. But goodbye, Penang. Landing lights can come in. Not needed. And pass it on through. You'll be above 7,000 by Odeco, but that will be no problems. Transition is 11,000 as I thought. 6,000 now, and we go all the way up to 250, which is our cruise altitude for today. And hello, Malaysia. Well, that's the mainland. Actually, that's something I should have pointed to a bit later. So the airport's there. Georgetown is all the way up north of the island. You probably can't see it now. Georgetown, well, Penang has this massive bridge. Well, two massive bridges that go from the airport to the mainland over there. Actually insane. Okay, look at that. Passed through 9,000 now. Everything is all checked. After takeoff checks, APU bleeds off, APU master is off. Engine mode selector is standard, TCAS is TARA. If I could reach the button. and anti-ice is off. Just takeoff checklist complete. MCDU, climb checklist. MCDU, climb thrust, yes. Is flight plan, and FMGS is as required. Coming up to transition altitude now. Transitioning. Standard checked. Weather radar is required. Anti-ice off. 10,000 feet. Then lights are off. Seatbelts coming off. This is required. Eco memo reviewed. Navigate. So Clement tuned. Secondary flight plan not required. And optimum max altitude is checked. Perfect. Climb checklist complete. Yeah, and cabin pressure is looking all fine right now as well. Perfect. Accelerating up to 310 knots. Okie doke, coming up to 15,000. I'm gonna go and make myself a quick beverage, maybe a cup of tea. That's definitely what's called for right now. And I'll talk to you guys in maybe 2 to 3 minutes, because I still have to run errands, because I only finished work about an hour ago. Oh well, g'day guys, how are we doing? Hopefully we haven't been screamed at yet on the network. Let's check. Ooh, Anno 1800 is on. Really cheap right now. Passing 21,000 now, and not too bad. Check our ETA. En el momento, por favor. If my phone would open up, that's always an important part to it. Should be landing in 17 minutes, I believe. I would disagree with that. And regardless, we'll be landing runway 32 right. So let's get our approach put in right now. So flight plan, arrival. So we're going to do ILS 32 right. That is, yep. Via the Nairi 1 Hotel Star. Yes. Insert. Let's check the flight plan. And we're going to go over to plan mode here. And then, yeah, as you can see, perfectly sorted. I've changed my Kuala Lumpur scenery over, simply because the Kuala Lumpur scenery that I had prior, which was by Cheeky Flying, he does a really great payware version of it. In the freeware, it doesn't have KLA A2, which is the terminal, well, which includes the third runway, and it doesn't include the third runway, nor does it include the entire terminal for AirAsia. So don't worry, we've got KLA A2. We won't be parking at the standard terminal. Actually, Malaysia, no, Kuala Lumpur Airport is actually really interesting. What Singapore is today is realistically what Malaysia was supposed to be. I mean, they had Malaysian Airlines was doing absolutely fantastic. There's the coast of Malacca. Was doing amazing at the time. Malaysian Airlines was doing great. The Malaysian economy was doing great. And KLIA was actually built to be a hub of the world. Now, this is where problems come into play. You had massive stock crashes in Asia, and Malaysia and their trade alliances were falling out, especially like with Indonesia and all that. And on top of that, Malaysian Airlines was becoming significantly weaker in comparison to Singapore Airlines. Therefore, you saw a lot of airlines moving towards Singapore. Now, this is detrimental to KLIA, because if you see how KLIA is actually developed, there's still like 3-4 major plots of land that are supposed to have satellite terminals in them, which likely never will, because the demand in Malaysia is non-existent, simply down to the fact of how great and fantastic Changi is now. Now, this is something that in one part is sad, because I mean KLIA, well, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is just gorgeous. If anyone gets a chance to go there, I would highly recommend it over Singapore. However, it's just another case of corrupt politics just ruining everything. So sadly, that's what happened. And the reputation, or what happened, is cemented by the fact that you then had MH370 And later than that was MH17, which actually we've flown MH17 on this channel. We flew 9 Hotel Mike Romeo Delta, which was the Spirit of Space or Freedom of Space livery. I forget the name of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, that was later then painted into the standard Malaysian livery, which is the one that was unfortunately shot down by Russia in 2014. It's actually ridiculous because both of those incidents happened only months apart. Malaysian Airlines, I would say, is a fantastic airline. Definitely great service. I mean, Singapore Airlines has got great service as well, but I don't know, there's something to Malaysia. And Malaysian Airlines has the best peanuts. Ask any about it. Has the best peanuts available. But yeah, I mean, it is a real shame. And then, obviously, with Malaysian Airlines slowly downturning, and with the rise of Air Asia, there was no need to build, well, that big, the satellite terminals. So instead, we had the rise of AirAsia, which is the biggest airline in Asia in terms of, I think, fleet size and also just the amount of flights they do. It's ridiculous. AirAsia rose, which was actually a full cost carrier at the start, which is always interesting, but AirAsia then became the low cost carrier that it currently is. AirAsia then went on to, just one second, I need to check that. No, we don't need to do that. AirAsia then went on to become, well, the dominant force that it is today, but also because it's a low cost carrier, it couldn't deal with the high costs of KLIA 1, which is the first terminal, let alone KLIA 1 could not support the demand that AirAsia had required. Therefore, they made a satellite terminal, KLIA 2, which is strictly and only AirAsia aircraft. Now, sadly, I do not have a good or a payware scenery for Malaysia or for Kuala Lumpur installed today. However, on the second leg when we fly to Langkawi, we will. I should also do my due diligence and check the chat. Actually, I think no, Mike Victor Alpha Bravo's flows some rather long routes, but that's why people buy the Neos, or carriers buy the Neos. Actually, in interesting news with the A321 Neos, what's the name of the thing? Indigo has sold 2 of their A321 Neos simply down to the fact that the aircraft are worth more as parts. Obviously, we've had significant issues with what is it? We've had significant issues with, well, trade and also supply, and at the moment there's currently too much demand. And this year we've seen both the first A220 and the first A321 Neos being scrapped for parts because they are more valuable as parts. I think an A321 Neo is around $31 million, and the parts company that's just bought Indigo's A320 Neos expects to make $50 million per aircraft. It's completely ridiculous. Mind you, these A321 Neos from Indigo are only 6 years old, and yet they are worth that much already. Anyway, what we're going to do is get our charts up for Kuala Lumpur. So we're going to get our arrivals, which were the Naira, was the one hotel one. Our airport page, well, we'll get that up last. Approach page, ILS3 to right. And then on top of that, we're going to get our airport page, which is... Are we on taxi routes? Malaysia does it very differently. There you go. 7,210 knots, that's our restrictions there. 4,500 there. 4,500 by motorcar, which is at 185 knots is our limit there. And then we move in towards ILS3 to right. Looking at page there, yeah, we're still a bit off. But we'll be coming in Papco, and then there, so there's Papco, 230 knots, above 130, that's no problems, and then we fly 804, 873, so actually the inner band, we're inner band right here, 877, and then we move in towards Missup, and all around, and we should be hopefully there in time. Obviously not a long flight. I've done the flight by AirAsia from Terminal 4 at Changi to Penang, but I haven't done it from Kuala Lumpur. Look at those clouds. I wonder if there's actually any weather down there. No, most of the weather's actually up north today. Although we've got an AirAsia flight waiting at Kuala Lumpur at KLIA 2. Actually, so all of the Indian flights. Oh, where do they go again? Yeah, so where 6226 is, that's where the Indian flights go, I believe. And then all of the Singapore flights are from over here on the terminal. And there is Malaysia. 3.2 tons, fuel is absolutely perfect. And we're coming up to about 20%. Initial 130. And we'll start our descent. Several sides coming on. I need to come to our next phase. QNH in Kuala Lumpur. Today is 2007. Temperature is a steaming 3.2, and winds are chance. And no, that is the actual launch. So we come to our airport. Where is it? Airport info, there we go. There we go, ILS 32 right. So, initial 4,500 feet at a heading of 326. We, by around DME 13.9, will activate our approach, and that's where we'll start our initial approach. We'll then fly to which our minimum descent altitude is... what's that MTA? One moment. Okay, so 750 meters. Just read all this, yep. Okay, so 4,500 feet initial by DME 13.9 miles. We will activate a localizer and then approach. Decision height is 300 feet, so let's get that put in. So that's 331 feet. If the localizer is out, so minimum descent altitude is 600 feet. And that looks all good for today. Okay, so go around procedures. Fly runway heading to 5,500 at 4.9 DME from the localizer. Well, from the VOR, we'll turn right to the heading of 340. Less frequency is 109.1, and that will fly to 5,500 and then direct to Uguri, of which then we'll restart our approach process. Perfect! If that's today will be left-hand seat landing. Initial 4,500 by DME 13.9 miles. We will initiate localizer and then approach. Our decision height is 300 feet. If we want to go around, we will follow runway heading 5,500 on a heading of runway heading 326 until we're 4.9 miles away from the VOR or VKL, which then we'll turn to heading 340. Perfect. Briefing is done. Sent. Landing info tank conditions are checked. FMS is checked. We'll be doing full lap flat landing. Landing elevation is checked. Auto brake will be light. Low. Approach is briefed. Terrain OMD is required and is on. For the radar on. Anti-ice not required and wing anti-ice not required. Sync clearance is obtained and the FCU altitude is set and cleared. Perfect. Quite the taxi today, but oh well. Bring this down to 10,000 because we need to be under 11,000 at Panka. This is mandatory to be at 8,000 actually, so we'll bring that down to 8,000. And not too bad. Let me just check the Vatsim radar. Anything overhead right now? Nope. Oh, but Ho Chi Minh has tower. That might be interesting. 2 aircraft currently down in Kuala Lumpur. We have a Malaysian 737-800 going from KL to Kota Bharu, and another AirAsia A320 flying to Kuala Lumpur. It looks like actually the runways have changed, so it'll be runway, check. If we look at flight radar right now, okay, so let's check this. So actually it won't be 2 to right, it'll be 1-5, so we're gonna have to do that again. So flight plan, arrival ILS 15, and we are already on the correct approach, so here we go. So, and we'll go direct to, where is it? Okay, 872. Direct to 875, there we go, perfect, so we're still on approach. Plan. Perfect, okay, so it looks all good on the flight plan, let's check. Perfect, awesome. Still a little high, bring some spoiler as required. We'll put initial down to 2,500. And we'll be doing ILS 15. Okay, so initial is 2,500 at VAC2. We'll activate approach prior to 7.8 DME, of which by 7.8 DME we'll activate approach on a heading of 146. Today the decision altitude is 233 feet, and if localizer is out, which is not, it would be 580 for our minimum descent altitude. Go around procedure today is a initial 2,500 on a heading of 146. Once passing 3.5 DME of the VOR, we'll then do a right hand turn to 276. Be a left hand turn landing, well, left hand seat landing, correction. So there we go. Coming out of standard and reducing QNH down to what is required, which is 1007. Disregard. We'll go to our perf page now. Initial is 233, so let's get that changed. I actually want that as 250. And winds, let me check on the meta. And winds are variable, but currently they're at 4 knots, so okay, no problems. We'll maintain 230, and we need to be at 8,000, which we will be. And then be above 6,000 by KK99. So descent preparation is done. Descent is initiated, MCD performance all done. barrow, barrow is set. ECAM status is checked. Currently below 10,000. Landing lights coming on. Landing lights on. Seatbelt signs are on. EFIS is on constraint. That is correct. ILS is required. We'll be landing ILS 15. Radio navigation is selected. Yep. Identified. And engine mode selector is normal. And nav accuracy is checked. Nice. So, all done. And by now you'll be saying, hey, Cameron, get ready for landing, yada yada yada. Obviously, Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo, which is Kuala Lumpur's current airport, is out near Sepang. So, if you want to get a taxi, expect to wait quite a bit. We'll just say that, just quite a bit, because if there's no traffic, it will take about 45 minutes to get into Kuala Lumpur. If there is traffic, however, and it's raining, it'll take you up to 3 hours. Apparently if you take the metro, it only takes you about 20 minutes. So, that'd be the way to do it. Let's just check the chat. Above 6,000. Yep. And 210 knots by the next points. That's interesting. And there's the airport right there. So we will be going to this terminal right here. That's KLIA 2. There's the Malaysian 73 and there's the AirAsia A320 down there. It is a shame we don't have scenery. Sadly I can't do anything about that at this current moment in time. Move flaps for landing as well. Landing lights are on, seatbelt signs are on. Perfect. Since approach phase, we don't need to do that yet. Here he comes, Sepang. Which actually the F1 track is really close by. Oh, that's a great shot. Through 2,400. Looks like that AirAsia is actually turning towards runway now. Obviously we will be announcing when we're on approach. go, we're starting our approaching in, or turn in. Altitude and speed is met. I shall get flaps 1. Brakes are set. Turning in. LS is on, yeah. Below 3 ton, disregard. So, we'll start announcing once we finish this next turn. Flaps 1 is down, that is correct. Landing lights are on, yep. $14 miles out. Kuala Lumpur traffic. G'day, this is Scareasia 6125 on approach, runway 15. I'm the localizer. Localizer is captured. That's good for us. Actually, decent looking day in Kuala Lumpur today. Alright. Does that say now everyone can fly on the side of it? Yeah, oh, yeah. I wonder where. Actually, it already confirmed where it was flying to. And that Malaysian would be still the same. Activate approach. Glide slope is capturing. And it is captured.
$2,500.
Checked. Train coming off. Approach is activated, vertical paths monitored, speed brakes checked, and armed. Nav accuracy checked. Flaps 2.
2,000.
Other radios on. To autopilot 1 is engaged. +2, yep. Localize and glide slope are live. 5 miles. Gear coming down. Kuala Lumpur traffic. AirAsia 6125 on final, runway 15. Flaps 3. Cabin is checked on. Localizer is captured, Localizer is captured. Not required. Landing gear is down, spoilers are on, auto brake is confirmed. External lights are on, gear down. A is announced.
1,000.
Flaps 4.
1,000.
Flaps checked. 1,000. Runway clear. And there's KLIA 2. Haven't flown in a bit, so this might be a bit rocky, everyone, so strap in. This might be a proper Scareasia landing. Get sunnies on.
500.
My aircraft.
400.
I do wish they modelled the palm
300.
trees. That's actually what's
100
the
above.
best part about Kuala Lumpur, is just all the palm trees that are going off.
200. Minimum.
Continuing, landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Throttles
Retard. 10. 5.
Oh yeah, baby. Reverses. Reverses green. Decel. Spoilers are up. Reverses coming in, 60 knots. And we'll vacate here.
Auto brake off.
We'll roll on through. Flaps coming up. Spoilers coming down. Chronos off. And Kuala Lumpur traffic at Scareasia 6125 is clear of runway 15. Okay. And that chrono is also coming off. And that's coming off, strobes coming off, nose light to taxi. And we'll be taxiing to KLIA 2, so taxi via Zulu to Uniform 5. Kuala Lumpur traffic, Scareasia 6125 is taxiing via Zulu to Uniform 5, and we'll be taxiing to KLIA 2. Okay. Ground spoilers disarm, landing lights retracted, strobes auto. For the radar, it's coming off. PWS coming off as well. Engine mode selected as norm, flaps are retracted, TCAS is moving to standby. Brake temp. Checked, brake fan coming on, and APU. Really good landing. As is atypical, we will be doing a replay of that landing. Oh yeah. temp's good, brake fan coming on. LS all coming off. Attitude coming out. And heading 0. And there's KLA2, we'll be taxiing over here. APU can be started now as well. These brakes somehow keep getting bloody hot. Not even using it. APU available. Keep the APU blade on. And we'll turn off right here. And taxi light coming off because we don't want to be blinding these guys. Brake fan coming off as well. That stand's got my name on it. That Malaysian 737 out over there. Yeah, it starts slowly turning out. Straight up. Parking brake set. And engines coming off. And welcome to Kuala Lumpur, everyone. Beacon lights coming off. See these brilliant Carter engines. I mean, they're such a upgrade. Perfect. All those lights are off. Seatbelt lights can come off now. Well, that guy's bloody calls were off. But hey, here we are at KLA 2, which is I'll be honest, it's not the best. There you go, like that's a massive loading area out here. You go through here, and most of the time you're going to be running across here. I mean, I remember, actually no, this is where the Indian flights would go. We had to run from like here, which was the last, no, it was over here. The last bay here, we had to run over here, because the flight was late by 2 hours. Run up here, run across, run down, and then run right to the end, which was, I think, this stand, or which was our flight to Singapore. Okay, everyone, gonna get a replay all sorted up for you guys, which can't do jetway. So let's get that sorted. So let's disconnect from Vatsim. Oh. And I'll be right back. Enjoy. Jeez, how good's that look? Need to get some auto for this new area. Somebody just flatten out the airfield. It's a bit I think we can all say it's a bit bumpy. What's this look like? Oh yeah. Oh, magnificent. Let's get that going back just a little bit. I mean, how gorgeous does that big red bloody plane look? Get that going back a bit more. Bit of an undercarriage shot here. Here we go. Oof. Not too bad, not too bad. Drifted off center line, but we got back on eventually. Trying to get her back down. Let's get her back here. And just give me about 5 minutes. I'm just going to get all of this sorted for our next leg. Cheers. Be right back. And g'day everyone. So we are back today. We'll be going now Whiskey Mike Kilo Kilo to Whiskey Mike Kilo Lima, no problems. Let's also change that back to our orange that we always use. Don't know why it's well changed. And just one moment. And with that, perfect. So today we're going in it to I should put this up here so it's easy for me. Kilo to Whiskey Mike Kilo Lima, which is Langkawi. That is currently our flight plan, yep. And we'll initialize that RS, there we go. Flight number today is AMX331. Actually, I think it's 3331. 6331. Cost index today is 9 and flight level today is 280. Let's come up to our initials. So let's reset everything. CSC stream loading. It will be 203 passengers today. It's pretty heavy. And 5 tons of cargo. Perfect. Oh. 5,100 tons of cargo. Let's apply that. Fuel today 4.945, so 5 tons. Perfect. And we've got that all loaded up as well now. Let's come over to our weight and balance. Weight and balance, let's reset to current. ZFW is 74980, so we'll put this as 75. Total fuel on board is 5 tons today. And if we go to our init, as we can see, 280, everything looking perfect. Departure today will be runway 15. Yep. Actually, I will get that up on charts right now so I can actually do this a bit better. The reason why is because incorrectly SimBrief is doing runway 32, which is actually not the correct flight. So we'll be departing runway 15. Yep. Which means now we will use the procedure of Atom 2C, it looks like. Yep, so Atom 2C. So departure runway 15. And Adam 2 Charlie departure, correct. And we'll remove all these lights because they are stupid. Initials going to be 5,000. Transition levels obviously 13,000. And there you go. Yep, perfect. Currently our indicated airspeed's -1 knot. Right. Come down to our transponder. I'm going to get that turned on temporarily. Now that we have this, we're going to come over to takeoff performance. We'll be taking off reset, take off runway 15, and today we're going to be doing a toga takeoff. Doing flaps 1, first toga, perfect. 155 is for our V2 THS, was up 0.4. Looks good. So we're going to come over to our FMS again, bring it over here. We're going to go to our performance. Flaps 1 with up of, actually we need to get it, so U uniform Papa 0.4, and we're doing a toga takeoff today, so quite a lot of power. We're going to actually get our APU started. Nav lights should be on already. APU blade can be open, and there we go. No need to flex till temp because this is a toga takeoff. Alright, blades. Nothing as of yet, as we're still waiting for the APU to come on. Be a bit heavier than our first flight. It's always good. Makes it a bit more interesting. See, so we'll be 280 is what we'll be climbing to today. Okay, everything's on. Just inform the cabin that we are in fact going to get everything on. And we'll taxi via uniform 5, up Zulu, hold Yankee 1, on runway 15. APU start. As you can hear in the background, APU is in fact turning on. And as as you can hear, the pack's coming on, therefore we have APU on. Therefore we're going to ask for a pushback. We're going to pre-plan our pushback. And we're going to turn this way, and then we have to taxi the other way.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Okay, cool. So, external power coming off. We now need to go to get our beacon on, tell everyone to get away from our aircraft. Everything is set. Okay. Kuala Lumpur traffic, AirAsia 6331 is pushing back at KLIA 2 towards the north. Okay. Let's go to our ICSC screen. Ground services, external power and shocks coming off.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
And connect when you can. Parking brake is effective.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
And parking brake is off.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
So let's come down here, ignition comes on. And now that we're moving back, engine 2. And 2 increasing. Okay, I've done that completely wrong. This is how you do it. And we'll get engine 1 started now as well. Do love the sound of the Neo engines. I think IAs are my favourite though.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, doke. Sorry for that, everyone. Now that I am back, let's get this show on the road. So, taxiing via uniform 6, via uniform 6, via Zulu 5, up to holding point Yankee 1. Kuala Lumpur traffic. This is AirAsia 6331. We'll be taxiing via uniform 5 Alpha, via uniform 6, Zulu 5, and up to holding point Yankee 1 of runway 15. Okay, so now that that's announced, get those off, taxi lights coming on, parking brake coming off. Let's get this show on the road. Flaps 1, spoilers, terrain on. Auto rate coming to max. And takeoff config, it's going to go MC, yep, trim. Trim is set. Constraint mode. As we said, initial 5,000. Cabin will be doing all their checks now. TCAS coming on. Sadly, no traffic right now. Oh, Sydney's probably a bit more busy than this. More lively. I wonder if it's more lively though once we get on to Saturday. Obviously today's Friday, so everyone's still working, and people in Europe definitely are still working. Strobes coming to auto. Signs are on and checked. There, and we're going to be turning right on Sulu 5. Which will turn us onto Yankee, and we'll go holding point Yankee 1 for runway 15. Here we go. Give us a bit more brake power there. Clear of traffic. Double check we are in fact connected to Vatsim. Correct. Actually, we're doing a Toga takeoff. We don't need to go to Yankee 1, we'll go to Yankee 2. Leap engines sound bloody angry, don't they? That's a fuel refinery. Kuala Lumpur traffic, g'day, this is AirAsia 6331, lining up and taking off from runway 15. The lights are on, strobes are on. We ready, everyone? Cabin is informed. Everything's in the green. We're ready for takeoff. Line up. Yep. Toga. Man Toga SRS Blue. 40. V1. Retate. Positive rate. Gear up. $3,200 feet a minute. We'll be up down to climb thrust in no time. Spoilers coming in. Let's lower that nose, get some speed up. $1,500. Thrust climb. Ignition down to standard. And autopilot. AirAsia. No, it'll be Kuala Lumpur traffic. AirAsia 6331 is clear of runway 15, passing 2,700. Flaps coming up. And we'll go straight up to 280. Jeez, look at that. Already up in the air. Just look at that whine from those LEAP engines. It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? That's where we start our turn. Jeez. Blasting on up. Passing through 5,000 already. Goodbye Kuala Lumpur. So if we look at our chart, our estimated time of arrival today is going to be, if this would load up any slower, around 55 minutes at current, but that's because we're not even looking towards Langkawi. Already passed through 8,600. Transition is at 13,000, so not too bad. $9,400. With that, lane lights can come in. Strobes to auto. Still making our way up. We're almost at that point where we will start changing to standard. $11,000, 2,000 to go. it's flashing, we'll just immediately switch over standard right now as well. Look at that. Already comfortably up in the sky right now. Thankfully I've got a bit of coffee right now. Look at this. WSSS traffic. We're getting that, and we're in Kuala Lumpur. That actually just goes to show how not far these places are. Kuala Lumpur to fly into Singapore is only like 25-30 minutes in air. It's really close. If you get a bus early in the morning in Singapore, you can get from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur in about 7-8 hours, I believe it is. And if you get a flight, 20. And charters estimating 55 minutes already. When we're in that term, it's already down to 37. And goodbye Kuala Lumpur. We will definitely be back here again. Need to do some more East Asia freight ops. And the thing is, we have the benefit of, we can do the A321, which is becoming a very prominent freighter. Australia's taking it, Indigo Cargo's taking it, and it's also used in multiple locations in Europe and Africa. And South America. I believe Varig uses them for cargo as well. Apologies for the yawning. It is a bit tiring. Right, 17,000. Only about 11,000 from our top of climb. Go to 320 miles. Look at that, we can already see our top of climb, top of descent, and where we'll be going. Okay. That's an aircraft I do wish we had, is the F406 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Actually, that would be really interesting too, is fly Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in Sim Update 3. I would have to reinstall it, simply because I only have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 installed, which well, the reason I have 2020 installed is because it's actually stable, unlike 2024. Apparently people are raving about SU3 simply because, well, it's the update that finally brings VRAM under control to a degree. And yeah, I mean, so you got that aspect of it, but then also all the other performance upgrades. So yeah, it would be definitely interested to go try now. I think my biggest problem, like honestly my biggest problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator is just the camera controls, and like I don't know. So you've got the problem with that aspect of it, cameras, but also you can't do replays, or well, you can do replays, they're just bit more difficult to do, and then it's the flight dynamics, flight characteristics that aren't my favorite. There we go, passing through 23,000. So we'll be up there in no time now. Some of my mates are, or Golden Age, who you occasionally see on these streams. He is flying from what looks like London over to the US again. I do think we need to do some more crossing the pond, but I'm always too tired for them. Then we'll do some more stuff via America. My God, we're still getting Singapore updates. Following the coast of Malaysia. We visualize on the map for you. There's Pulapangkor, this is a stall port, and then we'll eventually turn over the water. Ah no, they're flying New York to Gatwick. That sound, yep, past 25,000. There's a carrier. There always is a bloody carrier, it always annoys me. Can this thing like not spawn ever? Got absolutely rapid. 26,000 now. Just above 290, not bad. That cabin door. Get ourselves a meal and a bit of a coffee. Won't be too bad. I mean, these guys, these AirAsia guys, they do this like 2-3 times a day. Definitely wouldn't be the most fun. Oh, climbing away now. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Also guys, after this stream we'll be taking an extended break from the A321. I think we've had it too many times on the channel. So we'll be taking a break from it. I'm thinking of doing some Phenom routes. Maybe some 146 routes eventually. I just need to learn the 146 again. Classic 747 the classic 747, that's inevitable. And there's a few ideas already in the making, so I keep your ear out for that one. On top of that, what have we also got to fly? Ooh, 777. I've heard the flight factor 777 can do more than 8 hours. So I'm hearing a long haul maybe. Oh, Lot, the Polish airliner 777-200s. Who's that? Oh, yeah. Still think it's hilarious you've still got... Well, we can actually see... Well... Singapore traffic while we're all the way over here. Coming over to our ATP, which is just... What that means is... Basically, this is equal time, so for us to fly to Langkawi is the exact same amount of time it will take for us to fly back. Don't need that. Let's get our destination data put in. WMKL Langkawi. QNH 1008. Winds are variable at 02 knots right now. Temperature 29 to 29 degrees Celsius. So what I'm hearing is bloody hot. Let's look at our un momento por favor. My brain's not working. So we'll be landing runway 03 on the Cap Key approach the Cap 1 Echo. So let's get that chucked in today. So flight plan, there we go, arrival ILS 03 Yankee, yep, on the Cap 1 Echo, Cap 1 Echo, there we go, and there's no via, there you go. Awesome. So that's all put in now. Coming up close to our top of descent, so we'll be there very shortly. Not too long to go now. Oh, itchy ear. Oh, why is caps lock on? Okay, cool. Going into ETV, so we'll be continuing onwards to Langkawi. when Echo approaches, we're going to go to the approach and get our ILS. No, that's Zulu, we need the Yankee. No, probably we've only got that. Here we go, that's our approach plate. And this is our plate. So now we'll be continuing to Langkawi, that is certain. We're going to put the tray tables in, move on to plan. VPG to Capco, which is over here. We need to be above 7,000 there. To Rigsu above 3,000, which then goes to KL401, which is the ILS approach. Yep, KL401, and then that goes directly in. So will be initial 2,100 feet by KL401. Decision height will be 643 feet for the ILS. And it will be a left-hand seat landing. Go around will be 3,000 feet, and on passing 707 feet we'll do a right turn, and we'll come to VPL 114.1 or contact, and then R115. So actually, here you go. Here's how you can read it. So transition altitude is 11,000 feet. Transition level is flight level 130. Climb to 3,000 on passing 770. Turn right to intercept outbound on VPL, VOR R115. At DME 12 miles, VPL turn right to intercept DME 15.0. Arc VPL and hold at Satni or as directed by ATC. Maximum speed 185 knots. We get our approach plate up. There we go, 2,100 feet, 6.6 miles. You activate your approach by KL 4.1. By 6.6 miles, you activate approach. No marked speed constraints, so we can make it in relatively quickly. Because by a Ibero, that's where you start turning in, i.e. as shown there. Almost at our top of descent. Yeah, there's Malaysia right below us. There's Penang. Actually, they've got some traffic down there. And that's what we'll be flying into. So hopefully we can avoid some of that bad weather right now. Let me just check the chat, see if anyone's put a comment down below. As always, love to have a good chat. If you have any questions related to the stream or anything in general, by all means. Oh. So let's get up some briefs. So we're going to go Boeing 777-200. Flight time for that. 6 hours, 10 minutes, okay. Not bad. Oh. Let's look ahead now. Coming up to our top descent. We'll start initiating our descent now. Above 7,000 there. Bring in some speed brake so we can increase that descent rate. Okay. And with this, seatbelt signs coming on. Okay, let's look at Vatsim radar. What's this guy doing? He's 7,000 feet. TNU. Transnusa. I've never heard of that in the airline. Transnusa Aviation. Ah, I see. No, they operate that they offer that Chinese 717 ripoff. Interesting. I've never heard of this airline. Transnusa. Oh, it's Indonesian. I see. So that guy is actually at. Well, we've already passed him, but he's at 10,000 feet now. It's going down to, Indonesia. And we're going to Langkawi. Actually, we'll be flying over Penang, as we did just prior. So this. Go. Okay. Did New Zealand run them? Just find out, looking at the 777-200. Such an interesting aircraft. Boys will be boys. Boys, boys, boys will be boys. And there you go, there's Penang. There's the airport we just started there. Look at that. Oof, that's another great song. Blue Sky Mine. Speedboat coming in. Transition altitude or transition levels, flight level 130. As said, let's check the weather now. Got some really bad weather there. It's still 1008. At least this makes it a bit more interesting. Oh yeah, look at that cell up there. Okay, not too bad. Hopefully a bit more windy. Oh, I can't wait for 12.3 to release. For those who do know about 12.3, is we'll be having weather. And instead of using Nextcloud, weather will actually appear on our screens. Using the graphics card, they're going to actually procedurally generate all the weather, and it's going to display on all the weather radars, which is going to be much better, so it's actually more in tune with what you're seeing instead of what the sim's setting. Correction, what Nextrad's setting. Coming through 13,000. Coming out of standard. Still waiting for medicine. Then my brow keeps a feed in the engine. Got a lot of midnight oil. Passing through 12,000 now. Yeah, we'll meet all the requirements now. That's pretty much easy. Decreases down to 3,000. Actually, if we look at our approach, decreases down to 2,100. So it can be now our way directly in. By this point you'll be telling the passengers, oi, get in your bloody seats, we're almost there. Get those speed brakes, I want to slow down as fast as possible, and oh my gosh, look at that. Speed brakes coming in. Oh, doesn't that look pretty? So I think there's going to be a bit of weather, everyone. Thankfully we're under the cloud layer pretty much. And there's the islands right there. Below 3 ton, yep. One moment, I just need to check something. Let me just check if anyone's commented. No. Ah, 7,000. And will easily be. That's 3,000 by Pixu. That's very easy. Jeez, look at this bloody weather. Okay. Oh, apologies everyone. Actually, I put the mic up for a reason. Oh, it just sneezed the living daylights out of me. Oh, gosh. Oh, there we go, so... Awesome. Actually, guys, I can fit in a Saturday stream. That won't be bad. Notice how murky this weather's getting. Atypically, this is where you want to be leaving from. Call the cabs. Mama don't want you. Daddy don't want you. Your motor's running way too fast. Yeah. Langkawi traffic, g'day. This is Scareasia 6331. Descending to Rigsu. Just tell people that we're in the area. See if there's anything on Vatsim radar right now. I swear, if bloody Kuala Lumpur's got tower, I'm gonna be mad. No, they don't. Okay. That's not bad. Ooh, there's a guy doing Singapore or Changi to London or to Heathrow. Yeah, nah. America shall see her there. $4,200 feet now. Bring that down. A bit more lighting. Yep. Okay. Just do that so it's a bit easier for me to see. And this one, because no one's there right now. Check it out, really bright. Oh jeez, look at that. Well, let's see if we can get a cinematic view there. Actually, what this allows us to do, we actually get to have fun with it. Landing lights coming on. God, they are bloody noisy, aren't they? Flaps one. Oh god, they're really loud, aren't they? Okay, well thankfully they're not needed. And apparently, all the weather's gone. Well, that's annoying. Well, that's a shame. All the weather's gone. Oh well.
2,500.
Checked. So activate our LS, basically, so we have an idea of what we're looking at. Can touch the fire. Bring speed down. Activate our localizer. Localizer captured. And with localizer captured, we'll activate approach. Glide slope captured. Coming down flaps 2. And with flaps 2, gear coming down, 6 miles to go. Landing lights are on, strobes are on, runway turn off lights are on.
2,000.
Langkawi traffic, g'day, this is AirAsia 6331 on final runway 03. Corona altitude set. Autopilot 2 coming on. Flaps 3. Oh, no visual whatsoever. Oh, hang on, here we go. Ah, still can't see anything. And flaps full. Spoilers. Medium auto brake for this one today.
One thousand.
1,000. Checked. Oh. It's 3,800 meters. And we need to get to the latter part. Okay, so auto brake low. Runway spotted. And cabin's informed. Told to get ready for landing. aircraft.
400. 300.
Yeah, she truly is bloody heavy. Landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard.
Idle.
10. 5.
Oh, another smooth one. I'll take it. Reverse is green. Decel scene spoilers are out. Eighty knots. Knots. First is coming in. Now we're going second. Auto brake coming up.
Auto brake off.
Confirmed. And vacating here. Lights coming off. Taxi lights coming on. Flaps coming up. Spoilers coming in. Taxi lights coming off. APU getting started. APU starting. Now this is the gate for us, right in front of the sign. Another great landing, everyone. Let's line ourselves up here. Oh, great, thanks. On the brakes. Sit down. Parking brake set. APU bleed coming on, and engine 1 and engine 2 coming on. And welcome to Langkawi, everyone. Awesome. These lights down, and let's get our stairs. So open SAM, no. Which one is it? Fly with fluid, yes. Scroll menu. Let's do that. Save. And now I'll get those stairs to come up. As we can see, they're already getting into our cargo. Brake fans are coming on. Apparently our brakes are hot. Engines are in fact off. Power looks all good. Hydraulics are nil. Brake fan coming off. Stairs are there. And let's open some doors. Open the rear one. And with that, everyone, welcome to our final journey of today, being the beautiful Langkawi. It's a massive hotspot, or massive destination for tourism in Asia, or in Asia, not just Asia, but Malaysia. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. We're going to be doing replays, as is always mandatory. And I thank all of you for watching. And with that, cheers. So, let's get a few photos as is required. Oh, now that's a great photo, isn't it? Okay, and let me get... disconnect from the network. Just have to wait for this bloody Xpilot UI to go away eventually. Take your time, X-Plane, take your time. Let's get a wing view first. How gorgeous does that look? There's a bridge. Actually, I think, is that supposed to be a port or is that the bridge? I think it's actually the bridge that goes out. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't mind that landing at all. Just all the smoke coming off the back. Oh no, that's water. Oh, so the runway was wet. Didn't tell me that. Get one more replay sorted. Let's get this camera over here. I don't know, should we do the camera here or should we do it in the tower? That is an important question. Oh, give X-Plane a sec. Needs time to load everything up. There we are. With that, everyone, I'm just going to switch it over to our cinematic camera. And this will be our final flight for today. I hope you all enjoyed. And with that, my name's Mitch. You can call me Taz. And I thank all of you for watching today and for watching any of the other streams. If you liked, maybe give us a like. And if you liked so much, maybe subscribe. And with that, guys, I hope you all had a good one. Cheers.